Okay, welcome back everyone to another video. I know you're probably surprised we haven't done this in a while. It's been a long time. Wanted to bring it back to the basics today. Answer some questions that you guys have asked us specifically. So yeah, thank you to Jess for showing up for this one and helping out. And it's going to be good to have sort of two different perspectives. A lot of times you guys are just hearing mine, and I definitely have a set of bias, over there in a bag that I keep to myself. So we're going to try to balance that out in this video. Okay? Anything to add?
No. Happy to be here.
Okay. This is basically the comment that spawned the idea for this video. And it says from Kate Salter.
Actually, wait. Maybe I do have something to add. So maybe you have an advantage here because you've seen these. I haven't seen these yet.
True. Okay. Yeah,
I'm hearing these questions and comments for the first time right now.
Okay. Kate Salter 1 says, would you guys do this move again had there never been a pandemic? For example, if you were considering the move now in 2023, Toronto, would you still go? You can start with that one.
Well, I don't know if there is a definitive answer for this question because we never know. But for our specific situation, the pandemic is what spurred us to move out of Toronto. And then there was a period of time where we were staying with your parents in Niagara, figuring out what we were going to do, and then ultimately came to the decision to move here. So it is because of the pandemic that we moved here. Yeah. But, I mean, who's to say that the idea wouldn't have come later? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know what she was sort of getting at with this question. Yeah, it is definitely a question I had to stop and think. And the short answer I would say is like, no, I don't think we would have been here if it wasn't for the pandemic. That was a major watershed moment in everyone's lives. We were living in Toronto at the time when COVID really popped off. It was a one bedroom. It just wasn't working for remote work life. And we got out of Toronto, and then being at my parents was like, okay, we can't stay here forever. We need somewhere to live. And then it was like, where do we live? We can't afford to buy anything in Niagara or Toronto or anywhere in Southern Ontario. The prices were and still are ridiculous. And that was basically the origin story of our move out here. So without the pandemic, yeah, we probably wouldn't be here, but that would be a tragedy because it's just been so awesome. And all I can say now is why wouldn't we want to be here? We just wouldn't have came because we wouldn't have had that push. We were basically forced to make a radical move in a way, and I think that's why ultimately we ended up here. But tough question. There's many factors for sure. Here's a good one. After a full year out there, any regrets at all? We're in Niagara, where we're from, and always flirted with the idea of moving east due to housing prices and it being an outdoor playground for us and the kids. I'd miss my hockey crew out here, but hockey is the reason I'm not worried about making new friends. Glad to see you guys flourishing out there. Yeah, so any regrets?
No.
No.
No regrets. It's never crossed our minds oh, we shouldn't have moved here. We want to move back.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I think that this could happen for people if they are new to new experiences, to big moves, that sort of thing. But that being said, New Brunswick is a really welcoming place, and if you are someone that would appreciate nature and lower house prices, then you're probably going to do well here. I mean, if you're coming from a place from Toronto, then it will be an adjustment because, there's no big city here like that. So, I don't know. Am I rambling now? No, I don't have any regrets.
Yeah. No, definitely no regrets in the traditional sense of the word. I don't know if you'd call this a regret or oversight, but we didn't really look outside of St. John. Like, I don't mean we didn't look in Fredericton, we didn't look in Moncton. What I mean by that is we didn't look in Quispamsis, Rossay, Hampton,
Grand
Norton,
Bay.
Grand Bay. You know,
Yeah.
there's a plethora of cities, even St. Martin's.
But we did flirt with the idea of like, oh, maybe we could do the whole like out in the country thing. But we, for some reason, we just kept coming back to St. John, and I think that's okay. Like that was our initial choice was to come to St. John, and now that we've been in St. John, we do have our sights set on somewhere more on the outskirts.
Yeah, I think part of that too was like we never saw New Brunswick until like the first time I saw New Brunswick was when I was pulling up in the U-Haul. So we didn't know what Quispam was going to be like, or Rossay or Hampton, wherever. St. John was like a safe bet. We knew if we found a place in St. John, it was going to be pretty much what we would expect. Having been here for a couple of years now, 2.5 years, I guess, almost. Yeah, I definitely am enticed by being in a more rural setting. That's I can see now and understand that's completely normal out here. Like it's normal to drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even 40 minutes to go to the grocery store. Our friends do it. We have friends out in St. Martin's. That's their reality. You adapt to that. That just becomes your life. It's definitely like a step further of being or embracing that like slower pace of life that a lot of people move out here for. Okay, this is the one that I definitely didn't want to skip over, and I've personally been asked it a few times now, so we'll answer it now. And the question is, I've fallen in love with the idea of moving to St. John. How diverse is St. John? My daughter is Asian and my son is black, both teens. How inclusive is it? Would love to hear your perspective. Well,
Maybe you should answer this question.
how diverse is St. John? It's not very diverse.
No.
It's not very diverse at all. Is that something to worry about? Absolutely not. Definitely not. If that's in your reasoning or thinking or in your list of cons to not move out here, like take it off that list for sure. It's not diverse. It's getting more diverse. It seems as each passing year, passes by, I see more and more people, black people, Asian people, whatever, like people of color, I guess you can say. It's not something that I ever thought twice about. And it actually, and I know a lot of people aren't really going to be able to understand this, but definitely reminds me of Niagara Falls, where we grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, not now, but
Yeah, not now. Now Niagara Falls is very diverse.
yeah.
But as the region grows, as the province, attracts more and more people, there's going to be a raise in diversity. Just kind of happens. It's just a natural thing. There's not much to say. It's not super diverse right now, but it's getting more and more diverse every day, and it's not something that you should ever be worrying about.
I think even based on a lot of our subscribers and the comments and questions that we get, and people telling us that they're moving from, all over the world, like different countries, or considering moving here from different countries, or, would you agree that our subscribers are...
Yeah.
Our subscribers are diverse? I
Yeah,
would say?
definitely. We definitely do have a mixture of viewers for sure. This one's funny. It's from the video titled St. John is the best city in New Brunswick. Someone just commented, bullshit. I didn't see that one till right now. Can this be the last question? Okay, maybe this is the second last question. Really enjoyed your content. Looking to move to St. John in the spring. Question. I know this may be a weird question, but are there single women in New Brunswick that are looking for marriage? I think there is. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there is. Yeah, there's not much more to say. Although I did comment, my comment is pretty lengthy, and I was basically just saying like, there's obviously gonna be women to marry, but there's not gonna be. Your head was just like.
I know. What are you going to say?
There's like if you're a single person, there's going to be more. For lack of a better term, a more diverse selection in a major city than there is in a small city. And that's not a slight against St. John. That's just the nature of life. Like I always go back to Toronto in my mind. Like if you're a single person in Toronto, you're probably gonna be able to find a partner that is like, you're gonna be able to go more granular in that match. Whereas, in a smaller area, smaller region, it's kind of like, hey, you like the same movies as me? I'm attracted to you. Like, there's not as many people to choose from. That's kind of what I tried to say. Like, if you were single, would you move here from Toronto if you were single?
Me, no. Personally, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. And again, that's not a slight. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's complex.
Okay, that's not the last question. This is going to be the last question. This person said, how can we support your channel? We really love watching your videos. Well, since you asked, you can support our channel. Link is in the description for that. No, I'm kidding. That's definitely not the question that they asked. Okay, I don't know. Do you just want to say anything to these lovely folks before we go? I feel like I'm done looking for a good question. If someone was thinking about moving out here, they're playing with the idea, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I think it's worth a closer look.
This doesn't sound very enticing.
No, I know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with our decision to come out here. We've been like embraced by the community, and not just because we have this like YouTube channel. I don't really mean that at all. I just mean I've really found my community here in St. John in the last I guess year. So the first year I was like questioning. I was like, am I gonna find my people out here? And I have, and it's been really great. And so kind of piggybacking on what you were saying about in Toronto, if you're looking for a mate or friends, maybe you're going to find them faster, or maybe it's just going to be a little bit easier to find your tribe, so to speak. But you can also do it here too. So
Yeah, for sure you can. I've met such a wide range of different people. Met people in the art community, met photographers, painters, people in the film world, met tons of people through hockey. The person who mentioned that hockey was going to be his sort of like link to the community. That's the one thing that I would say. If you are coming out to a new place, never been before, maybe you came to visit, but you don't know anywhere, somewhere you don't, you just feel like a bit of an outsider. What I would suggest is joining a rec league, joining knitting club, joining the chess club, softball, hockey, whatever it is. Just join a social sort of group, team, get social. Yeah, organized sports are the easiest. You sign up, that's like a forced friend group basically, and naturally you're going to talk to these people. You're going to meet people in the community who offer different things. You need electrical work done, you need carpentry, you need an accountant. Like this is how you're going to start to meet people. And every once in a while you're gonna meet someone that you really gel with, and that's how friendships start basically. So get out, get in the community. Don't come out and just sit in your house and expect to develop a social circle and friends and stuff. It's not gonna come to you. People are really nice out here, but they're not even gonna know that you want friends. So you have to kind of put yourself out there. And yeah, like what Jess said, once you find your community, oh man, it just becomes so much more of a rich experience. Not only being here, but just in life in general. We all need our tribe, and our vibe attracts our tribe naturally.
I would say for me, that's when it really started to feel like home, is when I started to find my community of people. I got more comfortable here, and it was just like, a relief, like, because everyone wants that. Everyone wants to be in a space where they feel in alignment with the people that they're around. So
yeah. Okay, well, I think that about wraps it up. I wanted to keep this one short. I don't think it was short. I'm not sure how long it is, probably too long. If you made it to this point in the video, please consider subscribing, like the video, that always helps us out. As I mentioned earlier, you can support our channel down below, link is in the bio. And yeah, thanks for coming on this journey. I know it's been a while since we had the Jess Jordan combo answering your questions up here. Maybe this will be a regular thing that we'll do every now and then, you know, when we gotta answer the questions. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.